Okay, so I'm a bit emotional. I just left church. Um, I'm gonna get this together, but like I'm really emotional, y'all, because since I've been on my journey to be closer to Christ, I began to seek a church home here in Dallas. And I've been like basically church dating for months. Like at this point, more than months. It has to be like almost a year. Going back and forth between different churches. I found churches that I really liked, but some of them, distance played like a huge part in like the problem, because it's like I want to be involved, like I really want to be involved, and I want to serve, and it's like really hard for me if the church is like far, because I have to like be there earlier, and like if I'm driving like 40 minutes longer or whatever, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get there, like it's really hard on me with my narcolepsy, because I tried serving at one of the churches that I really enjoyed, but like I had to take a step back from serving because it just was like a lot on me, because it's like, I'm up for like long hours. It's like I was working as a greeter, so I'm like on my feet for extended time, and that's like, it really wears down on me when it comes to my narcolepsy. But yeah, because of my narcolepsy, like it wears on me a lot, like because like going to church like takes a lot, singing, praising, like being on my feet, serving. Like I really be tired. Like it's rough. And when I was serving, it was like taking so much energy from me. When I was driving home, like it was really rough. Like I would be extremely tired, and like my narcolepsy would be kicking in, and like it really wasn't safe. It really wasn't. And one day I actually like scraped my car because I was literally almost in my apartment complex, and I just was barely hanging in there, and I scraped my car. So I had to like take a step back from that. I've still been like going to church, and I've been going from this church to that church, trying different churches, and like I honestly was like getting kind of discouraged, because I was like, why haven't I like found the church? Like I just needed like this confirmation that like this is where I need to be, this is for me, like, and it's like I didn't want distance to play a part in it, but if I plan to serve, it's like going to a church that's farther away, I just would need help. Like I would have to have someone who lived close to me who was also going to that church, so like we could like help each other out, rise together, something. And like catching the Uber 30-40 minutes during the hours of getting to church and back from church is expensive. I just can't do that. So it's like I would need help. I would either, have to have someone going to church with me. If I was in a relationship and we both went to the same church, that would work. Or if like I had friends who live close to the church, I could stay with them and try to go. Like it just was so much to it, but it's like also I didn't want to be making excuses for not serving and not being in church to God, because it's like, okay, what is distance? What is having to do this? Like I put energy into all of these other things, Like, I'm just gonna make it work. But a while back, I remember I was torn between these two churches, and one of them was Social Dallas. And I was like, I don't know, like, there's something about Social Dallas, which, if you know of Social Dallas, it's been a mobile church. They go to different venues because they don't have a home church yet. So it was one of the churches for me, and I was just like, I don't know, like, it's something about it. Because the other church that I had already started serving at, I just was like, okay, well, like, why can't I just settle here? But I remember that, like, Social Dallas was close to where I live. One of the venues they were at was the Toyota Music Factory, and it was closed. So I was like, I literally, like, woke up randomly one morning, and I was like, I want to go to Social Dallas. And I looked up where it was going to be, and it was at the Toyota Music Factory. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is the perfect time for me to go, because I hadn't, like, this is when I hadn't ever been there before. I was like, I gotta go. So I made it, was able to go there for the first time, and it just was like, I don't know, like, this may be it for me. So I was still visiting the other churches, but like I said, the distance was playing a huge part. And a part of me was like, I think I'm gonna wait to see, like, where Social Dallas ends up being located, like, where they choose to their building, like, where it is. So this was like months ago, like probably over a year ago, maybe a year ago. And I was like, I'm gonna wait and see, but I've still been trying to find the place for me, but I just hadn't found it. Like, I hadn't got what I needed to confirm, like, this is where I need to be. And it was a part of me that's like, Social Dallas is like being a part of, like, it coming to life in his home. Like, something about that really just, like, stuck with me. So, like I said, I have really got discouraged. I don't know. Okay, as I was saying, I had got, like, discouraged, kind of. So, like, I had been streaming a lot, and going back and forth between being in person. I was trying to figure out how the serving thing, like, it's just been rough. But I really was getting discouraged, and I was like, am I going to find a church for me? Like, maybe I'm just gonna have to decide that I'm gonna have to figure out how to make, like, the drives, because none of my other options were working out. So I came to Social Dallas today, and today was Vision Sunday. And they basically announced, like, what they're looking forward to was to come. And they said that they had got an acceptance on an offer for their building. And, like, they talked about the other buildings that they thought were it. And it just turned out that it wasn't. Like, God was just, showing them that you think that's it, but it's not. You gotta keep moving. So they showed they got approval for a building, and they announced it, and they showed the building. And when they said where it was at and what the building was, I kind of was like, wait, that's not far from me. So I literally, like, I typed it in on maps, and it's 15 minutes from where I live now. The apartments I plan to move to in 2025, it's literally like 9 minutes, 10 minutes. And I literally just started crying because I literally started crying and got so emotional because, like, 10 minutes like that's so big for me. But I just say all that to say, God is good. He really is.